Hello, UB-tubers. So, I was going to participate in Amanda's friendship hop, and then I couldn't get my thing on time. So, today's card making hop is about how to get some more out of your dies. Yes. So, I'm making a set of cards for my mom, and I was looking at Pinkfresh Studios' new frame dies. Okay. And I was thinking, wow, those are really cool. How could I do that? Because I don't have a lot of money. So, this is what I came up with. So, you probably already have frame dies. So, I have cut some. So, I have this Simon Says Stamp frame stamp from the Sending Healing Hugs stamp set, which of course is across the room now, but I colored it a whole bunch of times. I've got like 5 or 6 of them. Hold on. Here we go. And I made her one card, and then I thought, oh, I wonder if I could cut it apart and make a frame. Mostly because I goofed in the middle and the Get Well Soon stamp came out really badly. So I cut it up and I thought, And I didn't like the frame, but then I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. So now I have a whole bunch of different card fronts, and I thought, let's see what happens. So I got a whole bunch of different dies. I think this is another Pinkfresh Studio die. Let me whack some more of the Pinkfresh Studio bits out of it. I had to run this through my die cutter with the plate and then a piece of cardboard because I don't know if I just make so many cards that my Gemini Junior is deciding that it's about to bite the dust. And somebody was like, they're making one in silver and gold and rose gold. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but $100 more is not worth it. If you want a rose gold one, cover it in deco foil. I'm sorry, that's my own opinion. Sometimes I think we're stupid. $100? No, that's $100. That's ridiculous. All right. So anyway, so this is, honestly, I don't remember what this one is called, but I think this one is seriously cool, right? So here you go. This is what it looks like on a card front. That's cool. But how could you make it into like one of those frame things? Well, I am a great believer in hacking things up. So what happens if you hack it up? So the first thing we do is we start hacking. And no, I haven't done this before, so I have no idea what it's going to look like. But I'm just going to hack here, and we'll see. Somebody said to me, how do you do all your cards so quickly? And it's like, well, mostly I don't care. And secondly, I have bits made. So it may fall apart. You never know. But let's see what happens if we hack the middle out. And then it becomes sort of a frame. This one becomes a really lacy frame. And I have another Simon Says Stamp frame. You saw how the, you can do it with stamps, you can do it with all kinds of things. Theirs, I think, are really cool because they have like little sort of sticks with flowers on them is their new die cuts. Botanical die cuts is what they call them. Okay, So that looks kind of cool. I might save that piece for something else. You never know. But here's what I'm thinking. You know? So if we put this here, now remember, it's your die cut, and it's also only paper, people. It's only paper. It's only paper. So if you don't like what happens, make another one. It's not like it's like really expensive. You know, it's not made of gold. Unlike your Gemini Junior. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. You know? This is pretty cool, actually. So what they were doing is, you know, they had like half a frame, and then you were going to put like another half a frame. I mean, I suppose I could put one die in a corner and do one like this. Well, actually, it would be more like this. I wonder how I do that. That's kind of cool. Hold on. Sometimes, you know, this is literally the sort of think out loud portion of our video. So this could be a frame. You know, literally, this could be your frame. You know, that's pretty cool. You know, that's kind of neat. And then you could put this in the middle, or you could just snazz it up. You can put, oh, I like that. I think I'm gonna do that. So there you go. These are, my mom doesn't get out very much anymore because of her illness. So what I've been doing is once a month I've been sending her things. So this is Tombow Mono Adhesive in a bottle. I like this a lot. We're gonna have to wait for that to come down so that I can use it on the die cut. This is your basic art glitter glue. Thank you, Mary Polanco. I like wet adhesive myself. Yes, I do. So, because my mom can't get out, I make her cards that she can send her friends. So, I make her a card, and then I send her a bunch of cards she can send her friends. She is of that age, you know? Yeah. Making sure it's in the view. So these, this little bottle is the Fine Whatever bottle. Honestly, I don't recommend it. I recommend the little Doris bottles. I thought I would try this one because I have sore rheumatic hands. I don't recommend it. I don't. Yeah, I do recommend Tombow Mono Adhesive. The clear stuff, not the white stuff. I actually really like it. It dries really nice and kind of matte, and it slides around more than the clear stuff. It doesn't grab quite as quickly, and that means that you can get like fine stuff where you need it faster or slower, rather than, like, I find the art glitter glue is great, but it grabs so bloody fast that those of us who move slowly are like, oh crap, stuck now. Did you like that? I didn't swear. I'm very happy about that. Anyway, so you know, you want to get it sort of in the middle. There. But, and I don't know if anybody else has found this, but I have discovered that this, the craft glitter glue has been leaving trails. Like you can see it on the other side of the paper, and I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if I'm using too much or what. Ew, what's that? But as I said, it has a tendency to stick faster than the other stuff. So off camera I'll probably go and I'll put little drops and some of that, but you know what, she doesn't need really fancy things, but that's kind of cool. You could also have done this, you know, you could have done these flowers. I'm not gonna, you know, one of the other things you can do is on the inside of this card you can put this, which is kind of a neat little touch. You know, I think I'm gonna do that. So there's one frame. One way you can use your die cuts a little differently rather than just, you know, cut them little suckers up. Yeah, because there's no reason to just kind of use them just the way they are. They're yours and they're made out of paper. Do what you're gonna do with them. No, you don't have to do them. Also, when it's something that's delicate, you can also blot it off on the back of your hand. So, because honestly, it doesn't need that much glue, really. It's a very thin piece of paper, so it doesn't need a lot of glue. And that's what a glue thing is for. There you go. Oh, come on, stick. There you go. I'll put a little piece of white paper in there. But that's a really simple card. Looks really nice. That's kind of cool. Now, for this one, this is literally what I did. So we got it stamped. We got it colored. Literally, I punched a hole in it. Come on. I don't want to cause myself to bleed on camera. And honestly, I cut out the major portion of it. There we go. All right. So I kind of decided where there was a natural break in the frame itself. And I think I decided it was here. And then I said, you know, you can just sort of, there isn't a die for the middle of the frame, so you get to cut it out however you want. I chose to sort of cut it out the same way as the front. And then as time went on, especially when I was making that other card, I just sort of cut it up. But literally, if you are a card maker, you don't have to follow. You are capable of doing this. You can follow it sort of around the flowers without cutting out the flowers. You know, if you're feeling a little like, oh my God, I can't do that, Cindy Ellen, I'm going to get too close or too far away from the flowers, well, then get a pencil. You know what? Because that's why we made erasers. Okay, so see here? So now we're about halfway around. So now I'm going to go in here like this, and I can decide, where do I want those berries? I'm going to put them on the other one. So there's half a frame, okay? And I'm going to cut around these berries. See, here we go. And I got to tell you, like, now I'm a little closer to these leaves, but I got to tell you, a man on a galloping horse is not going to see it. I belong to this group called the Roadies. There are those of us who really like ink road stamps. And one of the things we say is better done than perfect. Because your brain will tell you that it has to be perfect. Because, what if somebody notices all my mistakes? I can guarantee you no one's going to look at your mistakes. The only people who are going to see your mistakes are the other people who make cards, and they're going to go, oh, wow, she did a really good job there. Look at that. Oh. And they're going to go, oh, okay, well, you know what? I'm really proud of her for sending it anyway. Okay? So look. So here you've got 2 frames. All right? So here's another card. Notice this one is already glued together. So this is what you can do. Notice how cool this is. So one of the things I noticed was like this is kind of, when you take it apart, it's not quite as square as one would hope. So with the stamp, one of the things that I did was I then decided, here you go, it's my thought process. I decided to cut it up. And that's how we ended up with the one that we got. But that's all right. You can also just do this, or what I ended up doing was you can do this, which is, there's that corner. See, now it's flat with the big flower at the top. And then you can do this with this flower at the bottom. Then you can stick hello in the middle. You could stick thanks in the middle. This one is actually going to be, because it's lighter colors and because it just happens to be that card. This comes from, speaking of cutting up your dies, this is actually the Bunny Kisses and Easter Wishes die from Simon Says stamp. And I just used the Easter Wishes off of it. And I have a whole bunch of them over here that I have to glue together to give it a little dimension. And then I'll probably paint them with glossy accents. There we go. I knew I would think of it sooner or later. Sometimes I have a hard time with that. But, so we've now done it with a full cover die, getting the bits out that we needed. And here's an Easter card, okay, that she can send to a friend. Okay, so here's the Easter card she can send to a friend. And all these are going to be dolled up. I just wanted to show you basically the die cutting that is going to go with it. Okay, notice these are coming off the back piece here. And this was, I don't know where this paper came from. Do not ask me. So one of the things that happens is people decide to stop card making. They know I'm a card maker. They give me all their crap. I am going up to Lucky to Know You. And I am bringing a whole bunch of stuff. And when I bring a whole bunch of stuff, it's going to be free for the taking. Free. Yes, it is. Free. There's going to be a couple of things which are like, hey, here is some scrapbook.com die pads. You can have a die pad if I can have a stencil. And the same thing is going to be true probably at the Caring Craft Makers. I'm just going to bring a whole bunch of crap and see who wants my stuff that I don't use. It turns out I do a lot of plain old dye techniques. I dye ink techniques, and the scrapbook.com inks just don't work for me. So I will be getting rid of some of those. I will be getting rid of a whole bunch of scrapbook paper. I will not be getting rid of a bunch of dyes. Sorry about that. I use all kinds of my dyes. There'll be a couple of dyes because I have a bunch of dyes that I use all the time. And some are duplicates. If you don't mind using unbranded dyes, like literally people gave me everything. So I have some unbranded dyes. I have a whole bunch of Stampin' Up! Dyes that people gave me too that I'm not, I just never use them. I don't use wood-mounted dyes. I don't have room to store them, and they're very hard on my hands. So, you know, you sort of find out what works for you and what doesn't. There we go. You know what? Don't spend a lot of time on stuff. You don't have to spend a lot of time on stuff. I may put a bunny on here. You never know. You know? So, but I'm very excited to be going on this trip. We're going, anybody's going to Crap on the Cape, write me. Because I've never been, and I have no idea what's up there. I'm hoping that there's some sort of pop-up shop. You know, I'm getting really good. I live close to MFT, and this horrible thing is happening. Like, I'm at the point where I'm like, I wait for their new releases to come out because there's not a lot at MFT I don't have that I won't. Isn't that awful? Horrible thing. But see, this, I got to tell you, Tombow Mono adhesive is great stuff. It is. See, you can wiggle it around, make it nice. So your W isn't whoa, 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 wishes. There you go. Yeah. So there we go. My poor mother is going to see all of her cards, but that's okay. These are kind of fun. If you don't know about Ink Road stamps, Laura Smith is a great human being. She does have a mouth sort of like a sailor, but that's okay. So do I. You all knew that, didn't you? Yes, you did. Where's my picky upper? Here's my picky upper. Yeah. Come on. There we go. There's one. There's two. Oh. You're thinking, but Cindy Ellen, you didn't glue that on there. Oh, but there is so much glue that it does not matter. And it will glue all together. There's two. And finally, we have number 3. I don't know why people complain about this tool. I love my little sticky upper. I use it more for dots than for sequins, but come on, you silly. Come over here. There we go. and last. So there, you can do it with a full card. You can do it by cutting up that. And finally, I believe this one is the Simon Says stamp die. Might be Heavy Doodle, might be Simon Says. I don't know, because I'm really bad at labeling things. I don't really care. And when I first started doing this, I didn't care so much because I was like, I'm never going to be doing anything important. I'm just going to be making fun things. So I didn't label crap. So whoever knows what this is, yeah, that. So this is a leafy die. I'm going to have to cut that out. That I'm now poking all the bits out of. But it's you know, this one's just a plain leaf die. Okay. I'll save that for later. All right. And you can do the same kind of thing with your dies, except this isn't a full thing. What? It didn't cut out all the way? Such a shame. There you go. All right. Now, what are we going to do with this one? Oh, why look, here's another card already all prepared. I don't know what we're going to do with this one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the bits that are attached here. Because you just kind of go with the flow. So we're going to make it look like this bit down here. Okay. How are you going to make a frame? Well, you could do that same thing. There you go. And, you know, it's one of the things you could do. You could have it growing up the side, or you could have it going like that. Now, so you could do that. So the other thing you could do is, I don't know how many of you got that Simon Says stamp vine piece. Okay, you can do this. I cut it out in 2 different colors. You can do that as a frame as well. Oh, because it doesn't have to be this leafy. Watch. I have to tell you, I looked at that die thing and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to use that for something else. I'm going to use that for another Easter card. So stay tuned. But I might actually use this like this. There we go. I don't know if I like that color on there. I think I like this color on here better. So here we go. All right. So you can use that. There you go. Very simple, very nice. So there's all kinds of ways you can use these things. You can use dies together. This one is the, if you want to do, you could use the other bit of this, put this up here, and then this can sit on top. That's the Pretty Pink Posh With Love shaker die. That's actually pretty cool too. Anyway, lots of things to do with your dies. Do not always think that you have to color or put a stamp on something, or it has to be one layer. So, there you go. Do not be afraid to cut up your stamps. Do not be afraid to cut up your dies. That is all I have to say to you today. Cut things up. Just keep cutting. So, Sam and I say hello. Have a great time. Go sign up for Lucky to Know You. Go sign up for Caring Creators. One is from Corin Wiskman, and it's March 29th. The other one, Caring Card Makers, is May 1st through the 3rd. The first one is in Annapolis, Maryland. The second one is in Albany, New York. Both of these are fun places to be. Talk to you later.